All right, so if you're an Indian student with your sights set on Canada, you've probably seen the headlines. There's a huge policy shift coming in 2026. Today, we're going to break down exactly what's changing and, way more importantly, how you can build a winning strategy to get ahead of it.
So let's just get right to the big question on everyone's mind. Is Canada actually closing its doors? I mean, you see the numbers being cut, you hear the alarming news, and it's really easy to think that the dream is over. But is that what's really going on here? And this quote right here gets to the absolute heart of it. This isn't a shutdown, not at all. It's a strategic pivot. Canada's basically shifting its focus from just quantity to, quality. They want students who are serious, who have a plan, and that means the entire game has changed. And that's the key takeaway, right? The old way of doing things, just filling out a bunch of applications and crossing your fingers, that's a recipe for disappointment now. To get approved in 2026 and beyond, you absolutely need a clear, thoughtful plan. So let's build one. Okay, first things first, we've got to talk about the math. The only way to build a smart strategy is to start by decoding the numbers that the Canadian government has actually put on the table. So here it is, the big headline number. Canada is targeting around 408,000 new study permits for 2026. Now, yeah, that's a drop from previous years, but it is far from zero. But the real story, the thing you really need to pay attention to, is how this number gets broken down. And this is where it gets really interesting. Just look at this breakdown. The biggest group by far, those undergraduate and college diploma students, they're now all fighting for just 180,000 spots. Meanwhile, master's and PhD students, they've got their own separate pool. This tells you exactly where the competition is going to be the toughest. Which brings us to the most critical piece of the puzzle. This cap is not applied equally across the board. It hits undergraduate and diploma applicants the hardest. Why? Because now they have to get something called a Provincial Attestation Letter, or a PAL. You can think of a PAL as a golden ticket from the province. If you don't have one, the federal government won't even look at your study permit application for these programs. It's a brand new major hurdle. So what this means is that as an applicant, you're basically standing at a fork in the road. Path 1, for undergrads and diploma students, requires that super competitive PAL and has the fiercest competition. Path 2, for master's and PhD students, is totally exempt from the PAL and is clearly a much higher priority for the government. Your entire strategy from here on out depends on which of these two paths you take. Okay, let's tackle path number 1 head on. If you're finishing high school or you're aiming for a college diploma, this is for you. We're going to lay out the expert advice on how to win in what is now, without a doubt, the most competitive group.